Good morning everybody. It's Gav here, Sarah's husband. It's the 24th of October 2023 and I'm at a little truck stop. As you can see, it's got a beautiful view here. If you listen closely, apart from the truck noise, you can actually hear the birds chirping. So I don't know exactly what breeds of birds they are, but you can see them flitting around the bushes just in front of us here, the lantana and other weed species. But I'm at a little spot called Spire View, and it's about halfway between Cootamundra and Gilgandra, approximately halfway. And yeah, this is the other side, and there's a road train there. So for those who don't know, road trains is usually either two very long A trailers with dollies, or they can be two A trailers hooked together with B trailer. So yeah, there's all different sorts of configurations. If anybody's wanting to, you can get onto the websites. B double, like what I drive. You can get onto the website of the Department of Transport, and it's got all the different classifications there, the different sizes, different configurations. This is what I drive is a B double, so yeah, it's a shortened trailer with a turntable on it, with what we call a B trailer, which is a standard size 14 metre long trailer behind it. So yeah, you get around about 32 tons on them, in your weights, so that yeah, when you're driving down the road, your gross mass isn't any more than 62.5 tons. So that's including the prime mover and the fatso driving it. Anyway, yeah, the new company I'm driving for, we've got mostly we drive Mercedes-Benz. So one of my subscribers asked me to please get back into doing the videos, because they sort of miss me. So yeah, the truck I'm driving is a Benz. It's a little bit newer than the one I had been driving. My old baby number 71, she was about 3 years old. This one is around about 18 months old, and all the dash is electronic. I might show you that at the end of this video. It's very, very comfortable to drive. And now some of the questions I've been asked are, what sort of trucks I've driven in the past. I've driven mostly cab overs. I have driven some bonneted trucks, such as Kenworths, Western Stars. Look, I loved them. They were great. They've got this amazing mean note when you're sitting in the cab. But if you're driving them for any great distance, I found that the constant noise was a bit of a sort of a drawback. The cab over Kenworths that I've driven, that's the ones with the flat front, for those who don't drive trucks. The cab over trucks, the Kenworths were quite good, very powerful, bulletproof. Like any of the American trucks, you can drive them underwater pretty much, as long as the air snorkel, the air filter and the exhaust pipe are out of the water, you're pretty well right. As long as you've got your own snorkel gear on, you can literally drive through underwater. Mercedes, however, it doesn't take much water, and you start getting problems with the exhaust management system. Once that starts to play up, then yeah, you're going to have problems, and that seems to be the way with a lot of the European branded trucks. But having said that, it's an extremely comfortable truck to drive. I've driven MANs or MANs. I found they feel like a toy. I don't know if any other truck drivers have experienced that, but they feel toy-like. They just don't feel as strong or as solid under you. Volvos, I find, look, a lot of guys absolutely love the Volvos. I find they're too soft. They sway around a little bit. I tend to get a little bit on the seasick side in them. Scanias, never driven one, couldn't tell you. Iveco, I drove one Iveco a while ago. Yeah, okay. And I've also driven an Isuzu and a DAF. Both good trucks, or makes, but look, the Isuzu was not a truck that was designed for long distance driving, so it didn't have a sleeper cab or anything like that. That may have had something to do with it, but it just did not feel like a very nice truck to drive to me. It was sort of very basic, very basic. Now the Mac I've drove was a really old Mac. The Road Ranger gearbox was a little bit tired in it, and it was a lot of fun. I must admit, I had a ball. Yep, double clutching it, all that sort of good stuff. But that was a great piece of kit to play with. I wouldn't want to have driven it any great distance. Once again, it was a truck that didn't have a sleeper cab. I did drive it from Brisbane to Rockhampton, which was a 7-hour drive. It felt like I've been sitting on a box all day by the time I'd finished driving that. So, but look, it was a great truck, strong as strong, and for something that had done well over 1 million kilometres, wow, it was really doing well. Sorry this video is a bit long, you just can't hear me because where this is on a little bit of a slope, and the truck's going up, they're making a little bit more noise, and then the guys going down. Well, yeah, some of them have had to use their exhaust brakes a few times. Obviously they're very heavily loaded. Here comes another one coming up the hill. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my ketones. So I was for quite a long time there on, hard and fast two ketones a day, but since then I've lost the vast majority of the weight I was looking at losing, or fat, and now it's just purely maintenance. So it's been a good journey, but obviously don't forget, the ketones can only do so much. It's what you put in your mouth as well that determines how well you're going to do with this. Not only that, it's your state of mind. If you're going to be negative about yourself all the time and run yourself down, it doesn't matter what you're eating and what you're putting into your mouth to help lose diameter, it's not going to work. You're going to sabotage yourself every time you open your mouth. So a positive attitude is a good thing to have as well. Now it's a truck and dog, so it's a tipper truck, just like a body truck with a tipper, and he's towing what they call a dog trailer. That's it's got a turntable at the front and a solid set of jewels at the back. So yeah, those guys, they can fly. Like, they've got some big motors in those trucks. So yeah. So what I'm having at the moment is the sugar-free chocolate. Now, it's not an overly cold morning this morning. I've gotten up at around about 15-16 degrees, so it's quite lovely actually. And yeah, I've got the keto cream in it. Sorry, I didn't show it. It's the latte nut. Now, this combination, I really enjoy it, and I've asked Sarah to consistently buy this for me through the Prove It website, and because I find it really nice. It's a really good combination. The latte nut and the chocolate just tastes fantastic to me. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Now, what I'm going to do too, just bear with me a moment while I switch these around. Whoop. Is I'm going to also do up my shaker for later, because it's going to be a pretty big run today. Now, from Brisbane to Melbourne, going the inland road, because that's where I am at the moment. Since joining this new group, I do a lot more drives to Melbourne. So much longer trip. it's almost 1900 kilometers one way. So last night I did what was it, 800 kilometers. I left Brisbane yesterday at 2 o'clock local time, and after 10 hours including breaks, at midnight Brisbane time, I got to here. So that was a grand total of 800 kilometers I drove. Now, I was getting pretty tired by then, because I'm not one who can stay awake all night very easily. Oh, sorry, by the way, this one is the Splash. It's a really, really nice. This is the charged version. That means it's got a little bit of extra caffeine. It helps bring it into your bloodstream. Helps with the process. It's actually quite refreshing. I like it just as a refreshing drink, instead of drinking soft drinks or just water. It makes it for a better day. So yeah, like I said, I drove 800 kilometers last night, almost right on. It's 3k's short of 800 kilometers, which works out to be 500 miles. So a kilometer is 5/8 of a mile. So that's 500 miles. So that's a fair way. So I've got around about 1100 kilometers left to go to get to Melbourne, or where I've got to go, which is on the eastern side of Melbourne. So I've got to go right around Melbourne, over the Westgate Bridge, to get to where I've got to go. So I have put a video up on the page of me driving in Melbourne, but if I'm so inclined, because I'll be going through quite late at night tonight, I'll actually do another video up just coming into Melbourne. It takes about an hour, so if you don't mind driving through Melbourne for an hour with me, we'll have a go at that. So at any rate, none of my videos are ever edited. It is what you see is what you get. So by all means, if you would like to have anything specific, any specific spots that I may go to, by all means. I can go through Wagga Wagga if people want me to go through Wagga Wagga. It's actually a beautiful town. From here I'll be going down to Parks to fuel up. You can see the dish from the highway, but to do that I'd actually have to hold the phone to do that, and that's illegal. I don't want the $1,000-odd fine for that one. So yeah, that's possibly not going to happen. But yeah, having said that, any other questions that you guys would like, please, by all means, yeah, let me know. And if you'd like, I could even maybe approach other drivers who might be stopped in locations that I'm stopped at, if I have a chance to chat to them and see if they're prepared to come on video with us, and they can give their sides of, you know, how life is out here on the roads. You know, from, you know, how we deal with recalcitrant drivers who like to brake check us when we're fully loaded, which I think is bordering suicidal, right through to those who we call them up on the radio and they do everything they can to help us get around them, because once we start hitting our brakes we lose what we call momentum, and it becomes a nightmare for everybody behind us because we then become so much slower. Some people think it's really, really funny to do that to us, but don't forget, guys, this is our workplace. We don't go into your workplace and make life hard for you, so why would you do it to us? We're just average guys trying to make a living, trying to support our families, and that's all we're doing. So 99% of the guys I've ever met on the roads, absolutely fantastic guys. Doesn't matter what race, colour, creed, religion, sexual orientation, you know, male, female, whatever. Just about everybody I've ever met driving a truck is really down to earth based kind of a person who, well, they're only doing it because A, it's a job. Some of them absolutely love being in trucks, and you know, they don't deliberately go out of their way to upset anybody or do anything that would annoy somebody. They're just doing their job, going from A to B. So, you know, if you see people out there carrying on about it, just remind them, like, that's their job site. Like, my work site is several thousand kilometres long, and then when I get to the other end, it's the unloading phase, reloading phase, then going from one spot to another spot, you know, to maybe drop off something or to pick something up. That's all I'm doing. I'm a delivery boy. That's all I am. And yeah, most of these other guys, that's all they are too. Just delivery boys, just trying to, you know, make $1, get home to their families at the end of it, and see their wives, kids, or husbands, kids, or significant others, whatever the orientations are. That's it. So please, when you're out there, be patient. Remember, no trip's worth dying for. Yeah, you're dead a long time. Delay it as long as you can. Oh, here comes Guy cutting hay. You might see it in the background. Yep. It's amazing how heavy hay bales are. Anyway, guys, that'll be it from me. This has gone on for 16 minutes now, so look, I'll leave it there. You guys take care. Stay safe out there on the roads, and I look forward to catching you again soon. Bye for now.